So I want to talk about being your authentic self. It's a conversation that I was having with my mother this morning, and I thought that I'd like to do a short video about being your authentic self, because when many of us, we go through our lives trying to be a perfect example of what we were taught by the consensus of the way that we are supposed to be. I'm putting together these little oils, so while I'm doing it, I'm recording. So we go through our lives putting on this face according to how we think that how we want to be conceived, or how we think is the correct way of being according to the consensus of the community, or if we are in a specific community, or of the society. And this really shapes who we are, the society and the community that we belong to and that we grow up in. There's really so many different ways to be, and there's no way that we have to be, actually, when you think about it. Because even if you look at one city, I lived for a long time in the suburbs of Chicago, and every neighborhood that you went into had a completely different consensus of the way to be. You go into the neighborhoods that are primarily one specific sect or religion or race, or however you want to, where we lived was primarily Jewish. I feel like I have something crawling on me. That's why I keep checking. And according to wherever you live, or whatever society or whatever community you belong to, there's a different consensus of the way that you should be. So when you really look at it, and growing up in so many different places, including different countries, see, this is the smudge stick that I made out of that plant that I found the other day on the side of the mountain when I was filming. This is it, and I found out today, I asked around, and it's actually a wild sage that grows on the mountainside, and so it's still burning. It was like, it's extremely sticky, like it's already dry. I added here some regular sage that grows in my parents' house, and I added some lavender to it, so very thin. But for the majority, it's this is the sage that I found on the side of the mountain. It looks like this. So it's still burning here. And this is my big sage stick. So, but anyway, it's a really nice, it's a nice sage. It smells really nice. It's really windy now, the afternoon here in Galilee. The winds come in from the Mediterranean and down to the Sea of Galilee. And it really makes a difference. It brings the heat way down. But see what it's doing? So I'm standing here, and there's wind coming through the balcony and out the other side, so it's really bringing the temperature down. It smells so nice. Put it out. I have a seashell I put it out in. So I'm mixing this olive oil. So this is olive oil that actually comes from here. From the Galilee. So I make these olive oils with frankincense and myrrh, essential oils, and based on a Galilee big olive oil. So this is my frankincense and myrrh, and so I'm just mixing it up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm supposed to have these little droppers, and so I put in, I'm not going to do this while I'm doing this video. I'll do it afterwards. So you can see it's frankincense, and this one's the myrrh. So when you really think about it, we spend so much time trying to sculpt our behavior according to what we think is acceptable according to society. But really, when you look at it, what is society? there's so many different societies. There's so many different ways of being. There's so many different religions, and each religion says that they are the way that you should be. And if you look at society, if you grow up in China, or you grow up in Israel, you grow up in the States, or you even grow up in Canada, States and Canada is close, but still there's in each place there's a different consensus of the way that is acceptable in society. So when you really look at it, there is not one way of being. And so as long as you're trying to run after society's concept of how you're supposed to be, then you never find the truth, because there is not one truth. And really, why are we putting on these faces? Why are we playing these games? So that we'll be accepted, so that we will be liked. We want to be liked. So we put on these faces that aren't really us, so that people will like us. But then what happens? We're not being our authentic selves. So we're pulling into our lives other people that are doing exactly the same. We're pulling into our lives people that are also putting on a face and trying to, that think that this is the way of being. But when you really become your authentic self, what happens is, and this is something that I've realized years ago when I first started this spiritual awakening, I realized that if I want the right people, to magnetize the right people into my life, then what to do is just to bring myself to my authentic self, and then the people that like this, which is the authentic me, will naturally flow into my life. I don't have to put on a show. And by putting on a show, I'm actually repelling the people that I would want in my life the most. So if I am always acting in my authentic, original self, which is also something that we really have to take off all the layers that were piled on us through our childhood and through our raising and through our religion and through our upbringing of yes, no, don't do this, finding all the beliefs that we have in us of the way that we are supposed to be. And when you shed all of that, all of those layers on top of who you are, and you become your true authentic self, you will pull into your life the people that like you as you are. You will pull the people that are similar as you, and it will be the people that fit into your life in the most natural and meaningful way. So by becoming your true self and not being afraid to put yourself out there, so you will repel some people, but you will repel the people that aren't accepting of that true essence of yourself. So the people that fall out of your life will fall out of your life naturally, and you'll be better for it. You'll be better off for it. Whereas if you're trying to put on some kind of front so people will like you, then you're pulling not the people that you're not even allowing the people to see who you truly are. So you're actually closing the people off that are more similar like you, and that would enhance you more or fit with you better. So it really is when you're able to see this and you bring yourself back to your true nature and the true way that you are, you're doing yourself and the world a favor. You're doing yourself a favor by allowing yourself to bring the right people into your life, the people that like just that, with the quirky and with the all of it. So that's just a few words on the perks of being your authentic self, is that you pull the people that like you into your life. So you're pulling the correct people into your life, the people that you fit best with. And there's so many more perks. I mean, you get to be yourself. You get to be a pure expression. You give up shame. You give up fear. It's cleansing. You become an expression of your true self. You allow your true self to fly, and you trust. You trust that it's for the higher good, and the people that you will meet will appreciate that. So that is on being your authentic self. So thank you for watching.